She's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for If Loving You Was Wrong. This is season 3, episode 16. I just reviewed. I hope everybody had a good hump day. I had a good hump day. Got my oil change. Cost $75 goddamn dollars. I'm like, it's just too goddamn expensive. I ain't hitting no potholes. No potholes is real bad in Detroit, Michigan, when, the weather starts to break a little bit. What else today? I was real productive at work. So today was a really good day. But, hope y'all had a good day too. But yeah, I reviewed the halves and the half, not yesterday. And I was saying how Tyler Perry shows don't nothing be shocking no more. It be kind of predictable. It's just so fucking boring. He pissing me off. I have to admit that this particular episode of If Loving You Was Wrong was entertaining. I was thoroughly entertained. I was engaged in the episode today. Like, I wasn't really like scrolling Instagram or posting something on my, posting this, posting that. Wasn't doing any of that. I was really like paying attention and pausing and taking my notes and stuff like that. It was very entertaining. I can say that for this particular episode, Lord knows that we gonna get anything further. I think it's only maybe 2 episodes left. Well, a couple episodes left before it's like on a little break or whatever. Y'all know it's too many goddamn breaks. But, we see the beginning starts off from, Alex just hung up the phone with the doctor, and Brad still saying, who was that? Luckily, she's honest. It was Dr. So-and-so. She called and said Marcy in the hospital, and she asked for you. He like, all right. He pick up his little... Brad's cell phone small as hell. Brad's cell phone remind me of a goddamn little flip phone, like a little Motorola phone. What year is these shows in? Because them ain't no new phones. Them ain't no 2018. Them ain't even no 2016 phones. I'm like, why is the phone so small? It's just so small. It's tiny, like a little Nokia phone. Anywho, he pick up his phone. He's trying to call Marcy. Of course, she doesn't answer. And he then asks Alex for the numbers of the doctor. And she's like, oh, I have to find it. He like, where's your phone? I'll get it from your phone. Oh, no, it's not in my phone. He like, you call her 18,655 times a day. What fucking phone number, Alex? Oh, I lost all my contacts in my phone, so, I have to find... Call 911, okay? Anybody got time for that shit. So, my head itch, I'm sorry. I need to get some braids. As he is looking for her number, the doctor just calls back on Marcy's phone and whatnot. Tells him, hey, Marcy's having some complications with her pregnancy. I asked her what she wanted me to call. She said that because you were like, supportive or whatever. And he like, all right, I'm on my way. I'll be there. Alex, you gonna really go down there? He like, are we really gonna have this conversation? She's having complications. She'll be fine. The doctor's there. She's okay. He like, fuck you, bitch. I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm finna go. Well, he didn't say fuck you, bitch. But basically, he like, look, I'm going down there. I ain't finna argue with you. She's like, all right, I'll go with it. He's like, what? She's like, yeah, I'll go too. If she's having complications, she's gonna need someone to calm her down. I can calm her down. Bitch, how? Bitch, what? Not you? No, white devil ain't gonna do it. So Brad like, you will be the last person to want to calm her down. He was like, so no, she's like, well, no, I can go. He's like, all right, so you're gonna wake the baby and then come down here. First of all, he said wake the baby as if they don't have them other kids, but maybe the kids is at school. No, it's a daytime or nighttime. God damn it, I don't know. Anyway, she like, well, no, I'll have Natalie come get the baby. And he like, Natalie at home with her own kids, plus with Kelly kid. No. Well, I can call her. He like, look, sit your ass down. You don't have to go. I'm fine. And then he like, whatever. So he leaves. Alex trying to prevent Dr. So-and-so from letting Brad know. She just wished them goddamn test results. And she know that if Brad sees that doctor, it's going to come up in some kind of way. Because it would. So what did she do after he leaves? She called somebody at the dang sitter saying, I need you to come babysit for her real quick. Can you come over here and get it? The person said, okay. So she waiting for the goddamn babysitter. What do we see next? it was a little scene with Natalie talking to Lucian, basically saying how they don't spend enough time together, they don't see each other enough, he's always busy. Because he fixed on the goddamn block's problems, because he's the only person at dang on police station who ever works. He's the only person, if you call 911, Lucius comes. No one else comes except Lucian. You don't get Pete, you don't get Bobby, not an Andrew, you don't get nobody else except Lucian. Hell, you barely give Esperanza answering the goddamn 911 phone call center. So it's like, well, okay, yes, you haven't seen Lucian, because Lucian is fixing all the problems on the goddamn show. He's the only cop to ever do anything. He don't get no Claudia. Claudia don't come back no more. We ain't seen no more FBI agents no more. Hell, Eddie ass don't even go on calls no more. It's only Lucian. It's crazy. So, you know, she's like, I just want you to know that she said, you know, all the guys are all fucked up. You know, Randall's crazy. Brad going out his mad because he's just caught up in all the bullshit of things that's going on. Travis was crazy. She just named all the guys or whatever. Eddie's a racist, crazy, mad man or whatever. She's like, but you solid. You my rock. You a good man. You don't cheat. That's right. Let him know. Let him know, sis, that he is a good man. Now, he do too goddamn much sometimes, and I do feel like he can find a lawyer for Kelly, but we ain't gonna talk about that. So, you know, she just said, you know, I want you to know that I appreciate you and I love you. I love that scene, because it was a thing of Lucian is the only stable one on the show, the only stable guy, basically. And he kind of does help everyone in some sort of way. So it's cool to see, you know, take this moment to show this man, this strong black man, that his wife, well, not his wife, his girl, his woman, loves and appreciates him for everything that he do, because she might not be able to say that, because it's always stuff coming and going. So, but basically, Natalie was just horny. Because he kissed the kiss on and stuff, and they finna trying to do it or whatever, and then somebody come knocking on the door, and this Esperanza old, too soon, too late, ain't never on time ass coming to break up some stuff. So, you know, he leave. He say, you know, I love you. I'm like, oh, I love you too, baby. It was real cute. You know, okay, Natalie and Lucian got that whole love thing going on. It's real cool. You know, Esperanza, little fake friendly ass is there now. Yes, she is fake friendly. She's a friendly fake. It's either way you want to call it. And basically, they sit and they chit-chat a little bit about Kelly. Stuff we already know that we don't need to go over. Kelly asked still in jail. Kelly asked they can't afford a lawyer. Just as the one who was talking to Travis. We all know all that. So ain't no need to rehash it. You know, when she asked Esperanza, like, what was you at last night? Oh, I went to dinner. Oh, what about after dinner? She's like, oh, you know, me and Steven was messing around or whatever. But it's over now, so it doesn't really matter. Natalie told her that she looked like she's not sure about it being over, and she not, because technically she wanted him to fight and argue and be disruptive and be this kind of crazy and all this foolishness, and he ain't with the foolishness. I think she loves chaos, and she tried to create that with him. I think she expected him to fuss and fight, oh, don't leave, and he didn't do any of that, and because he didn't, she didn't know how to react. And so when he said, you know what, let's just not do this anymore, she didn't know what to do either, besides to agree. So that's why she looked like that, like she wanted him to call her, and he ain't called her ass, because he like, you know what the fuck ever. So, you know, she said, well, yeah, I did like him, you know, he's so cute, he's so handsome, the sex is great, you know, he's really corny or whatever, but I like him, but, you know, it's over, it is what it is, and I just have to accept it. So she leave, and it is what it is. Kelly meet with her young ass lawyer. Now, this is after the whole, it must be the next day. I'm thinking this is the next day, okay. So she's talking to the lawyer, little young tender, and he like, you know, the prosecution has a deal for you. She's like, a deal? I ain't taking no goddamn deal. Why would I take a deal? I didn't, you know, he was harassing me. I did it in self-defense. I didn't do anything wrong. And then he says how, you know, the family doesn't want to go through a long, drawn-out trial. And I'm like, I mean, she should take no deal. And she like, look, I want a lawyer who's gonna work for it, not who want me to take a deal. He like, well, you should take the deal because it's a really good deal. You know, I have to bring you the offer. And she's like, I don't want no goddamn deal. And he keep bringing it up, saying, you know, they have all this evidence against you. And she's like, he was stalking me. He did A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. I'm not taking no deal. He then showed her the video footage of her talking to Randall, saying, I'm gonna blow your head off the same way I did Travis. And she like, well, that was him. He was just aggravating me. He like, yeah, but you still admitted that you killed Travis. And I think the crazy thing is, Kelly not saying that she didn't do it. She's just saying that she did it because he was harassing me and I was protecting myself. And it's kind of crazy how the lawyer just kind of doesn't want her to fight for herself. He do want her to just take the deal. And that's what they say a lot of public defenders do for people. And it's kind of stupid. So he says, well, look, you know, the deal is life in prison. And she like, that ain't a good deal. He's like, well, no, life in prison would take the death penalty off. And I'm like, well, goddamn, what state is that in? That is a death penalty? Because we don't have a death penalty here in Michigan. But some states do have the death penalty. I think it's California. I think maybe California might be one, or maybe Texas. I think. But I know Michigan, we don't have the death penalty here. We just have life. So she's like, you know what? Psh, you're fired. You know, I'm better off on my own. I can get another lawyer. And he like, look, you get me because you can't afford a lawyer. Shade. And she says, I don't care. You know, I need a lawyer who's going to really work with me, who does not want me to just take a goddamn deal. You know what? You're fired. I'm done. Tell the judge I need a new lawyer. And, you know, he leaves. So it is what it is. And I honestly agree with her. While I still think Kelly's a fucking idiot, because she consistently talks when she should not. And she has consistently, Kelly put herself in this situation. Did Travis stalk her and fuck with her? Absolutely. But there were many of things Kelly could have done to prevent it. What happened? She just didn't do the shit. And now that she's in the situation, she's mad at everyone else because the evidence is stacked against her. And my thing is, I'm not saying that she should just take the deal, but I'm saying you can't be a bitch to people and be pissed off when they just saying, well, hey, it's all this evidence. You just have to say, you know what? Fine. I don't want to talk to you. I need a new lawyer. But she's just kind of snobby with it as if her circumstances aren't bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like she almost don't acknowledge how bad it is. So she just keeps saying, but I didn't do it. It's like, I think it's another way she can handle saying, no, we need to go to trial. Okay, I need you to look into this. I need you to look into that. I need you to realize this, and this. Hey, look at traffic cameras, you know, from the school when he jumped in my car. Look at traffic, you know, go talk to the lady near the house where I said he tried to attack me. She ain't doing any of that. I would have somebody got to check my phone records and my voice, because my like them voice ones, well, they probably gone by now because their voice ones delete after a while. Anywho, she can just do something else. You know, it is what it is. The next thing that we see, I'm sorry y'all, my eye is just, the next thing that we see is Randall has came down to Larry's office, because you know Larry's still up in that dang on U-Haul truck with Eddie. So Randall probably been calling Larry, and of course Larry not answering, so he popped up to Larry's office, and Ian is there. So Ian like him, like, you know, calm down, sit down, we know what you want. Larry ain't here. Larry ain't here. Larry ain't here. You can keep asking me where he at, but his ass ain't here. We don't know where he at. He not answering his phone. It is what it is. So, you know, Randall sit down and is saying, you know what, I want to sue everybody. So Ian like, okay, who you want to sue? He like, I want to sue everybody. You know, you seen Brad hit me. I want to sue him. You know, go to the restaurant, get the footage before they delete it. You know, AB's, all this thing he want to do. And Ian like, this fool really crazy. Like, he really, and I see now it's probably Larry who be doing dumb shit for him, because Larry is crazy too. So, he's entertaining Randall's antics, but at the same time, Randall can tell that he ain't taking him serious. So then Randall like, you know, what would you doing at the restaurant anyway? He like, I was having dinner. He like, yeah, why would you have dinner with Marcy? He's like, because she sold me a house. And he was like, you know, do you always have dinner with the people who sold you houses? I mean, the question would probably be, how many houses has he bought? And does it fucking matter? And Ian then said, you know, I do when they pretty. I'm like, okay, Ian. So, you know, they kind of going back and forth and whatnot. And the Ian said, you know what, I was just joking, but what does it matter? You and her aren't even together anymore. And basically, you know, Randall goes on that whole, she fucked Brad and she was wrong and she was mad and I can't believe she did this and this. And Ian said, but it started because you slept with the other man's wife. But that doesn't make what she did right. That whole self-righteous, I can't believe she did it bullshit. And I'm like, whatever. So Randall then say, you know, but when was the last time you talked to Larry? He like, oh, it's been like a day and a half. He like, y'all haven't called the police? And they're like, for what? You know, it's only been a day and a half. And then he's like, you know, something could have happened to him. You know, he pissed off Eddie, and Eddie is a crazy racist. So, you know, y'all need to call the police. So Ian like, all right, fine, whatever. So, you know, Randall gets up to leave, and of course he leaves, he knocking stuff over on the desk. Because Randall petty, he fucking childish. So Ian ends up calling Lucian. Because again, Lucian only cop that works in the whole United States of America on this show. And, you know, It says, hey, Randall was just here. You know, he wants us to look into Larry because Larry been missing for like a day and a half. We've been calling and texting and trying to contact him. He missed a press conference. He missed a meeting, and we can't get in contact with him. We don't know where he is. He's like, okay. Why, you know, is that different? He was like, well, yeah, he mentioned how he pissed Eddie off, and Eddie's like a crazy person. He's like, all right, you know, he's like, but I need you to look into it and kind of keep it on the hush. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll do that. But you gotta do something for me. He's like, man, I told you I can't represent her. And then he says, well, I can't help you. I can't keep this on the hush. Because, no, he said, you know, I need you to keep on the hush because sometimes Larry does drugs and gets drunk and he'll go on stupids and benders for days and just be gone. So we don't want it out in the media. He then says, would he talk to his wife? He said, nope, can't do that either because sometimes when he on these drug and liquor benders, he's having sex with men and women. I'm like, well, goddamn it. Larry bought that world. You know what I'm saying? He doing Larry nasty. But, you know, Lucian said, okay, fine. He definitely said, you know, I'll do this, but you have to do me a favor, you know, to help whatever with Kelly. And when Ian says he can't do it himself, he said, but I think I know one other attorney who will possibly do it. Let's just hope it ain't another dang on public defender. So they both agreed to basically help each other. So when he hangs up the phone, Lucian, what happened next? No, we then see how Ian's so fine. One of my somebody who watches me on YouTube, I don't know who it was, they tagged me on one of Ian's pictures on Instagram, and it was so funny because she was like, I thought you would like this picture, and I did, girl. I liked it, and I subscribed. I followed him on IG. I didn't know who he was on IG, so it was I thought it was funny. Someone who watched me realized what I said and then tagged me in that picture on Instagram, so that was cool. So we then see Larry, he's beaten up and he's still with a U-Haul truck, and Eddie just looking over there, looking over him. And I'm like, Eddie is just evil, okay? Eddie is, oh my God, he's just so fucking evil. So at that point in time, and it felt like a weird ass Silence of the Lambs, you know, it takes the lotion, it rubs it on the skin, or else it gets the hose again. Is what it reminded me of. It's like a whole, this, you know, jigsaw, this weird capturedness of it. I'm looking like Eddie just crazy. So we then see Lucian calls Eddie on his cell phone. He's like, hey, Eddie, where you at? Like, oh, man, I'm doing whatever. And then he was like, you know, if you have Larry, you should take him back or whatever he said. However he worded it, he then said, you know, they calling here looking for looking for Lucian. Lucian said, you know, people are calling here looking for Larry. So if you have him, you need to return him because it's going to be a big deal. He's like, you know, kidnapping is a federal offense. And, you know, FBI has a federal offenses, and FBI has jurisdiction over the CIA for federal stuff, which is very true. He's like, you don't have to tell me about how stuff go, whatever. And they talking, you know, going back and forth. Where he's like, look, you need to get him back. He needs to be safe and sound, blah, 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 blah. So they talking. And then he says, Eddie, why are you in the middle of nowhere next to a white box truck? Or next to an empty box truck. And he looked around like, what the fuck? He like, don't you use them goddamn FBI tricks on me, Lucian. He like, I can do whatever I want. He like, look, whatever you doing, you need to wrap it up and get him back to where he need to be. Because again, if you doing something, he said you better pray to God that he don't press charges. Because if he press charges, it's going to be our department going to go after you. You ain't going to have no, nothing can save you. So he like, all right, whatever. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have him. Whatever. So he hang up the phone or whatever. Eddie then literally pisses on Larry. And it's like, do you have an issue with that? Like, can I really have an issue with this white man pissing on this black man? Yes. Yes, I can. I'm making it racist. It just made me mad. You know, it was, I mean, I get the reason Tyler Perry did it because most racist people, to the extent of how racist the character Eddie is, would absolutely piss on a black person who they have tied up. They would do that. So it was very realistic, but it still, I was like, oh. And I know he didn't really get pissed on, but you know what I'm saying? Some people go, oh my God, Lord Jesus Christ. So he pissing on him. He like, all right, time to wake up. Time for you to go home. So he's pissing on him. And you know, and usually when the person does that, the person wakes up because it's liquid being poured on them. Larry didn't move. He like, oh, you trying to fake dead, huh? So he kind of picks him up, and Larry still don't move. He put his hand, taking the pulse. He like, shit, dumbass lawyer. Now, he insinuates that Larry is dead. He does not say he's dead. He just tries to take his post, gets pissed off, and leaves and closes the door. So I'm going to say that was his way of saying Larry's dead. The thing about Tyler Perry is we won't really know if Larry dead for like 16 more seasons. Matter of fact, this series could end and we still won't fucking know if Larry dead, if Pete dead, if Joey dead, if Andrew's dead, if Claudette is, if Claudia is, I'll say Claudette, if Claudia is dead, if her mama dead. Hell, is Julia's daddy really dead? We ain't see that man die. Is he really dead? Is Julius alive? Where Ben at? Is Ben somewhere getting high? Did Ben here really get blown off? We might never ever know. All we know is it appears that Larry is dead. He did not move, and then when he left, Eddie like threw a piece like his jacket on his face or whatever, just left him in there handcuffed and the thing. He didn't move, so we don't know, and we probably won't ever find. We won't ever find out. We will get a flight to Wakanda before Tyler Perry would tell us if Larry dead or alive. So you know it is what it is. Brad gets down to the hospital and everything, and you know he's just basically trying to calm Marcy down. She's freaking out because she's like, they won't tell me anything. I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm just so I can't lose this baby. I knew Randall would do this. He would stress me out. So I had a miscarriage. This is so crazy. Blah 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 blah. She's freaking out. He calmed her down. He like, calm down. They just probably running some tests. They'll be in here soon to use some information. So from there, her phone started ringing. And he like, okay, let's cut your phone off. So then she like, well, who is it? He like, oh, it says Ian. She's like, oh no, I forgot I was supposed to give him some paperwork for the house. You know, just answer it and tell him I'll, you know, bring it to him tomorrow. So, you know, Brad answers. And then he like, oh, I must have the wrong number. She like, no, this is Brad. You know, Marcy's not available right now. You know, she'll talk to you later. And then Marcy's like, no, you know, just give me the phone. Just give me the phone. So she gets on the phone, and then she's like, you know, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm in the hospital. He's like, oh, my God, are you okay? What's wrong? He instantly goes into concern. You my baby. I love you. What's wrong with you? I need to be there. Why didn't you call me mode? And, you know, he's like, are you okay? What's going on? She's like, I just wasn't feeling good. Something's wrong. I don't know. I'm here, but I can't do A, B, and C. He's like, no. Let me come to you. Let me be there. I'm like, let you come to me? Ian, look. All a woman, if Marcy don't realize how good of a man Ian is, and he not even her man, Marcy's a fucking idiot. Marcy is, girl, this man said, let me come, and he had all the concern in his voice. Baby, Marcy's so damn Lord Jesus, it doesn't really matter. So, you know, he's saying, I can be there for you. Let me come down there. It's like, oh, no, it's okay. I don't want to force you. I'm just so nervous, you know, with the whole divorce thing and the baby. I just don't want to be stressed out. He's like, well, no, I don't want to stress you out. I don't want to do that. And she's like, no, it's okay. You're not stressing me out. He says, look, just let me come to you. When he said it, I said, that's the noise I made. And I think I did a little dance because I want them to have sex. And it was just funny. So she's like, okay, fine. And then she starts having more cramps in her stomach. So she tells Brad to tell him where she is or whatnot. But Brad then says, you don't need to be handling work right now. She's like, it's not work, Brad. Because again, Brad don't know how Ian like her. Brad is still assuming it's strictly this is my client. He come here for some work, and it's not. He want to be with her, okay? He want to be with you. I mean, he want to be with her the same way Alex want to be with you, except you're not a cheater. Okay. Anywho, so when he hang up the phone, he do ask probably the paralegal or the assistant to get him the divorce decree documents that Larry had for Randall, and he had something else. Oh, and if they had heard anything from Larry, she said, no, and I'll get you the documents. So cool. So, the last scene, Lord Jesus. So, Randall getting home, and it's like looking in the refrigerator or whatever, and he then, I don't know if he opened up his computer, or maybe he walked past his computer, but some kind of way he realized that camera he had been recording this whole time. And so, he starts listening to it, like from the beginning, and he hear Alex and Brad talking, and he hear Alex saying, yeah, she switched the result, she switched the DNA, blah blah blah. He get pissed off. He instantly go over to Alex's house. Now, as he's going over to Alex's house, Alex is about to leave, and she's talking to the babysitter. Honey, when she opened the goddamn on door, he had to go like, okay, he waiting on her ass. And she's like, get off my porch. And he then plays the recording of her saying, you know, the DNA, they switch the DNA results, and you hear Brad saying, you know, they're going to figure it out, because when he gets older, he going to look like Randall. Like, he going to figure it out. Like, you can't have it forever. So he heard the whole conversation. And then, of course, Alex is in panic mode. Oh, my God, I got to fix it. So she's like, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I'm so sorry. And he like, who switched it? You know, who switched it? Don't be sorry. We know who switched it. She won't tell him who switched it, but we know it's because she don't know who the fuck switched it. It's the real reason. But the reason she can't say who she's saying switched it is because she lied. And, so they're kind of talking back and forth, and he's saying all this stupid stuff, and you know she's telling him, you know, just calm down so we can talk. And when she's saying, okay, I can't tell you who switched it, he's like, you know what, it's all right. My lawyer gonna figure it out. I'm gonna take this recording to my lawyers. They're gonna figure it out, and whoever switched it, I'm gonna ruin their life. So don't even worry about it. Then he's walking off, and she's following him. He like, get off my lawn, get out my yard, boy, please. You done stalked everybody. Shut the hell up. And she follows him. She follows him into the shed. Not the goddamn shed. I'm like, if of all places to follow him into, don't go in the goddamn shed. Just stay out the shed, okay? They in the goddamn shed, and I'm like, and I kept saying to myself, why did he go into the shed with his computer? I get they had him going into the shed because that's where it all began, but I'm like, him going into his shed with the computer, to me, didn't make any sense. It would have made more sense had he went to the computer in his house and made a motherfucking phone call to his lawyers. But, you know, I digress. Tyler Perry sometime. Tyler Perry need to hire me. You need Tyler Perry. My contact information is on here. Just look me up and I can help you, bro. So they in the shed basically, and she's like, you know, I know. She's like, what we did was wrong. You know, what we did was wrong to Brad. It was wrong for Marcy. It was wrong, period. And he like, nuh-uh, I loved you. You know, I loved you. And this a whole bunch of bullshit and fuckery or whatever. And then, you know, he's saying, you know, I loved you, and you caused this war by trying to have me killed by your parents. And she's like, well, you kept trying to do this. You kept trying to take my baby. And I couldn't have that. And then he says, you know what? I'm going to end it by ruining you and taking my baby. Because that's my baby. He going to be in my house. He don't deserve to be with you because you're a bad person. And she says, you know, you're having a baby with your own wife. Marcy is having your baby. He like, I don't believe you. You're lying. So that's not my baby. That baby is not Brad's. I'm like, girl, you broke up the wrong goddamn tree. So she then tried to say, you know, I know you still want me. You still want me, don't you? You still love me. You can have me if you drop this, if you drop all of this. And he says, I can have you. I can have you how? It made my fucking skin crawl. And then she said, you know, you can have me any way you want me, you know, as long as I don't want to lose my son, and I don't want to lose Brad. And then he walks up to her and says, take your clothes off. And I'm looking like, oh shit. The goddamn shed. God damn it, man. And the episode goes off. So I mean, it is maybe for all kinds of dirty or whatever. You know, the preview for next week's episode looks entertaining. It looks like Alex is going to get caught up in her lie. It looks like Randall is accusing Dr. Lady of switching the results, and she's being like, what are you talking about? We do see the Dr. Lady ask Alex, what did you tell them? Because again, we know she didn't do it. We know this. So who knows what's going on? So we have to just wait until next week. But who knows if we're going to get real answers. It can be more questions. So you know what it is. But anywho, that was my review of If Loving You Was Wrong. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, you can always subscribe to my channel. You can like my video. You can comment below. I talk to people all the time in the comment section. And I think that's about it. So, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.